Okay guys, tonight I'm going to cook my own dish called chicken Vindras. It's quite hot, but it's not as hot as the Ceylon. So here are the ingredients. We've got our dry spices. In here I've got 2 teaspoons of ground fenugreek leaves, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of chilli and 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of mixed powder, 2 bird's eye chilies, a piece of cinnamon stick, 1 teaspoon of tandoori masala powder, half a turmeric powder, half a salt powder, 2 cardamom pods, 2 cloves and 1 bay leaf. Quite a large 1 to 2 tablespoons of tomato puree or passata, and a good heaped tablespoon of garlic ginger. This is a tablespoon of minced green chilies, and I'm using red pepper chutneys instead of mango chutney for this recipe. 1 tomato cut into 8 pieces, teaspoon of jaggery, some coriander to finish, and then you can add some chilies at the end and sprinkle some coriander to garnish. Got pre-cooked chicken and half a lime juice as well. We'll start by heating our oil up. I've got ghee and coconut oil, my son's got coconut oil and vegetable oil. So you can test the oil if you really want it by putting a little piece of bread, and if it's golden in 30 seconds it's ready. But this oil,
when you hear it crackling, it's kind of bubbling.
It won't crack. This oil is high temperature oil, that's why I use ghee or coconut oil. It's high temperature oil, takes a lot before it starts to smoke, as like rapeseed oil or sunflower oil will smoke quicker. So this you can get higher without burning your lungs out and having a burnt flavour on everything. I'll put it at the side of the pan as well. But you can tell when it's quite hot because it turns more watery. And then I got a teeny bit of coriander leaf in mine, I can hear it.
When it's starting to bubble.
Right,
should
so
be done
I'm
right on mine and for me, where's my
yeah, yours will be ready. We chuck the spices in
stir.
and fry like mad. Stir like mad rather. It won't take long than 30 seconds. So get ready with your garlic ginger and pop them in. 30 seconds to a minute.
So how much garlic ginger do you have to put in?
I've got a tablespoon.
More ginger?
Stir that around.
More garlic and ginger?
Right, now put your tomato in. You've got to be quick because we've got it on a high heat. The minced chilies in.
Don't spill it.
Minced chilies.
I'll take it off the heat in a minute.
Take it off the heat if you need to take it off the heat, that's no problem. Put it on the heat again. What I've learned there is to scrape the sides down, and then I saw Al's kitchen pour his base around the side so he gets a little bit of a caramelisation. Just 1 ladle to start with, and stir that in. We're going to use 3 ladles altogether for 1 person. 2 to 3, depends how much how saucy you like. Yeah, I like quite saucy. And that's not like a B.I.R already. Let that come to a nice sizzle, lots of potholes. My son needs to wear goggles. So right, leave it stick for a minute. Let that caramelise on the edges. Strip bits off the side. Bring it all into the centre. So let the potholes come. Just stir them again, but then bring the edges back down. I like this pan because I can get caramelised bits on the edge whereas the other pan.
Okay, now it's sticking, so I'm going to put some more in.
Yeah, half a ladle at a time I think is best really. Just half for now, stir that in and leave it a minute. I'll put my half in. Around the edge.
I like the oily red colour in between.
Yeah. It's not a healthy curry. I think that
The oil.
if you don't put much oil in, it just don't taste as good.
Turn it down a bit.
But I mean, as I said before, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a health advisor.
Well, it's just the oil though. I mean, you can get oil in chips and burgers anyway, so it's not like, you know.
Yeah, don't use too much ghee oil in your diet though. Or coconut oil. Vegetable oil's better, but like I said, the smoke level is lower.
So what does this cooking pot do?
This caramelised the onions. That's why it's better doing one pot at a time, because it stews the onions otherwise and doesn't get that sweet flavour that starches in the onions turn into sugars. But leave it stick, don't stir it. The bottom is sticking on the aluminium and caramelising, making it sweeter. Starch is just sugar in a different form, and so is alcohol. Yeah, see the texture on the side of my pan? Yeah? That's why I do it. Just test it. If it feels like it's starting to stick, then you can stir it. Metal spoon's better, but I don't trust you with
I
the
think it's
metal one.
because there's more oil in mine. It was less of that.
Well, I'm putting another half a ladle in.
I'm going to put some more.
The other half in your one. Stir that in. Stir all the way.
Is that half or is that the whole one?
That's half. You can always have more later. Doesn't matter, I'm just going by the texture. I like that sauce.
Colour change.
And leave that again. Leave it now for another couple of minutes.
And let the sauce.
Yeah, on the big burners they would be going, and flames would be coming up and really caramelising, but we don't have one of those. Maybe one day. So I use this pan because the heat lets me caramelise on the sides. Well, I'm going to put a ladle in this time.
For me?
And it's probably enough.
I like mine nice and sweet.
So we can always add more later.
I like mine sweet.
Let's put our other stuff in now. So let's put our chicken in, or chicken. If you're vegan, that's my pre-cut chicken. Pre-cut chicken.
I wouldn't say it's pre-cut, but it's already
pre-cut.
already done.
Let's do that around. Now I'm going to lower the heat now.
Isn't it crazy when you put a lot of any vegan chicken or whatever, it looks, before you put it in, it looks like there's not enough. And then you put it in and it's like, oh, there's actually...
Right, let's put our tomatoes in. Yeah. I'm going to put my pepper chutney, which you already did. Doesn't really matter. For the sweetness. I can use mango chutney. I just had pepper chutney for Christmas, so I'm using that. Jaggery. Put jaggery.
What's this jaggery again?
Jaggery is unrefined
Sugar.
palm sugar, I believe. That's then the real sugar. Just brown, a bit of richness rather than processed white. Probably better for you, but I can say that because I'm not a doctor or a health advisor. I'm just scraping out the bits of garlic and tomato from my pots and washing it. And now we can add our coriander leaves on the top. Right, put our lime juice in. Lime juice, I've got about half a lime. Put more in if you want. I found it's better than lemon because it's sort of a...
I remember before I put too much lime in one way.
Lime's an alkali and lemon's an acid, and
I didn't know
I'll put one more ladle in.
Oh, no.
So
I don't know if mine
you
was
still
now.
end up making a portion for two, even though I try to make a portion for one, because I like more sauce. And then if your chicken is pre-cooked, you've got 5 minutes just let that cook through. If it's raw, about 15 minutes to 20 minutes on the simmer. And if you're using chicken,
So you pre-cook yours?
just a couple of minutes. And that's looking pretty good. And that is Doug's B.I.R chicken and chicken Vindras. Not quite as hot as a Ceylon. Different flavour from a Vindaloo. Just how I like it, really. If you really want to go overboard, then you can always put a sprinkle more, a teaspoon of fenugreek leaves on the end, because they do lose some flavour when they're cooking. And just rub those between your palms. Stir that in, and you are done. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel Doug's B.I.R on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook and social medias, and have a happy new year.